Do you want to know what that video just showed me? I'm going to tell you what that video just showed me. What's good is the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got the WBC, we got a little bit of Canelo, we got a little bit of David Benavidez, we got a little bit of Dimitri Bivol, we got a little bit of everybody in the news today, man. Because I'm going to tell you right now, what we just saw was Canelo Alvarez. Now, I don't know. Everybody was talking like, everybody was speculating, that, Canelo Alvarez, he tried to, get the WBC belt or whatever on the stage or whatever, and Turki Alashikh was saying no because, I guess they have their own belt and they have the Ring Magazine belt, so they just wanted to take a picture with that. I don't know how this is gonna work. I know Turki Alashikh is pretty much trying to monopolize boxing or whatever, and hey, if you can make the best fight the best, I'm all for it. I know Dana White is doing a he's been talking about wanting to come into boxing in a long time, and he's talking about doing some partnership deals with Turki Alashikh or whatever. Listen, bro, I'm for whatever is good for the sport. If this is what's going to be good for the sport, I'm for it, bro. I'm not mad at it at all. However, what this shows me is, I just did a video yesterday about the WBC mandating Benavidez versus Bivol. You guys should check that out. What this shows me is that we are probably not gonna get David Benavidez versus Dimitri Bivol, just simply because of the fact that Turki Alashikh is pretty much showing, or at least trying to make a statement in how he's pretty much gonna try to trump all these other belts, and it seems as though, and listen. It's a scary feeling, because it's like you're wondering, well, where is the sport of boxing gonna go now? But this can really be a good thing if boxing is under one entity, and this will eliminate a lot of issues that we've been complaining about for a long time. However, man, it sucks because I really want to see David Benavidez versus Dimitri Bivol. I really want that fight next. I want that fight before there's a trilogy. But it looks like Turki Alashikh is pressing for the trilogy or whatnot, because he, even after the second fight, he was holding the number 3 up, which indicates that he's looking to make the trilogy. So what might end up happening is they might fight the trilogy, and if they choose not to fight David Benavidez, then David Benavidez will become the WBC champion. What that also does is, because a lot of David Benavidez haters are mainly Canelo Alvarez fanboys, they're going to then call David Benavidez an email or a paper champ, and I don't think that that's fair, because David Benavidez is willing to fight Dimitri Bivol, and I'm gonna go on record and say this here. I know for a fact Dimitri Bivol ain't ducking David Benavidez. I know that for a fact. So I'm not even gonna sit here and call Dimitri Bivol is ducking. But I also I don't think that it would be fair to say Dimitri Bivol would be ducking if he chooses not to fight David Benavidez anyways, because I always had a rule that it's not a duck if you're fighting somebody as difficult or even harder than the person that they're claiming that you're ducking. And we're not gonna sit here and act like a fight with Archie Benavidez is not gonna be a difficult one. So I'm not gonna say that, but it just sucks, man, because David Benavidez has been waiting for an opportunity to actually be in these fights that are mainly 50-50. Now David Benavidez has definitely been in some really good fights, right? David Morrell, Demetrius Andre, Caleb Plant, even going back to Anthony Durrell. But the thing is, we've never seen David Benavidez in a situation where we feel like he could pretty much be the underdog. He's never been an underdog in none of these fights, I believe. Maybe the Anthony Durrell fight, but I don't think so. But you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't think, to my knowledge, or especially recently, David Benavidez has ever been an underdog. And in a fight like with Canelo or a fight with Dimitri Bivol, I could very much so see him being an underdog. I really can, because of the experience and because of the ability from either fighter. I could see David Benavidez possibly being an underdog in that fight. Now, do I think that David Benavidez will lose both fights? I don't know. They're all 50-50 fights to me. Him versus Canelo Alvarez, him versus Dimitri Bivol. I think that his chances of beating them are just as high as their chances of beating him. So it's an even fight. And that's why I wanted to see those fights. But unfortunately, it just looks like what Turki Alalshikh wants is what he's going to get. And I'm not saying that's an unfortunate thing, because of him, we are getting great fights. So I'm not going to knock that. But what I'm saying, unfortunately, is more so because on my behalf. Unfortunately for me, it just doesn't seem like Turki Alalshikh is going to push for that. Now, I could be wrong, because Turki Alalshikh did fly David Benavidez out to Saudi Arabia to watch the fight. So Turki Alalshikh met with David Benavidez and flew him out. So he is interested in making that Benavidez fight one of them. And I believe he's on record saying that he wants David Benavidez to fight the winner, but it just seems like he's more so willing to push for a trilogy than a David Benavidez fight versus Dimitri Bivol, and that kind of sucks. As far as it doesn't suck. Let me say that it doesn't suck, but for me, it's like, damn, it's kind of just a letdown. As far as Canelo Alvarez go, Canelo versus William Skull. I'm very consistent with my stuff. Even though we don't know, nobody really knows who the hell William Skull is. He is a champion in Canelo Alvarez weight class, so I'm not gonna knock Canelo Alvarez for fighting him. I'm not. But I am gonna always preach this, man. It just really it sucks that it just seems like everybody and their mama can get a fight with Canelo Alvarez, except for the one person that we wanted Canelo Alvarez to fight the most. And I blame you, Canelo fanboys. I blame Canelo. Like, you guys make an excuse for everything. You guys try to reason everything that Canelo do or Canelo does. But here's my issue with y'all. The stuff that y'all give Canelo a pass for, you condemn other fighters for doing. And to me, that's just a bunch of BS. Again, I'm not going to say William Skull doesn't deserve a fight with Canelo, because he is a world champion. So, I'm not going to say that, but I am going to say I can name thousands on top of thousands of fighters that deserve, not going to say that. Let me not exaggerate, but I can name so many fighters that I would rather see Canelo fight other than William Skull. I mean, including rematches. I mean, like, bro, I just feel like William Skull, he hasn't fought the caliber of guys to make me feel like he's going to get a victory over Canelo. Now, he's done enough to get a fight with Canelo based off of him holding that IBF title, but as far as resume goes, I don't think that he's fought the type of opponents that would make me feel comfortable with putting him in there with Canelo Alvarez. I would rather Canelo Alvarez still fight Demetrius Andrade. Yes, Demetrius Andrade came off of a loss, but at least we know. I mean, like, this guy William Skull has not done anything. Well, and it's just, William Skull gets a fight. Edgar Berlanga gets a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Jaime Munguia gets a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Demetrius Andrade never got a fight with Canelo Alvarez, and he had the only title that Canelo Alvarez needed at 160 to become undisputed at 160 pounds. We haven't had an undisputed middleweight champion since Jermaine Taylor. So it's just, man, it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna sit here and knock. I wonder what the undercard is gonna be. That's what I'm curious to see what the undercard is gonna be. But I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna knock Canelo Alvarez. I've stated my opinion about what he's been doing recently a lot, but again, he is fighting another world champion, so I'm not gonna sit here and knock him for that, becoming undisputed, and more than likely, we'll be seeing him versus Terrence Crawford, and in September or whatever. So, you know, not really a fancy year for Canelo Alvarez, in my opinion. I mean, like, you're fighting a guy that has a belt, but is not known. And see, that's my thing. You remember when Canelo Alvarez was saying, he fought nobody. Who is David Benavidez fought? But then you turn around and fight him. Whatever, man. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Do you want to see this fight? Who do you see winning? But what do I know?